Alright guys, here we go. And it's Celts and Indians. I didn't expect this at all. Well, welcome everyone to a best of 5 rounds 2 Hidden Cup 2 qualifier between Twig and between Lan. When trying to determine who I thought would win this, I reviewed thousands of games. I tried to nail down their style and their preferences, and what I ended up doing was giving Twig I just ruined this whole joke. I'm sorry. I grabbed a coin, I gave Twig heads, I gave Lan tails, I flipped the coin. That's how I determined who I thought was going to win. Completely ruined the delivery on that, but basically, these guys are so closely matched. Their styles are so similar, I don't know who to favor. And yes, I apparently said that I gave Twig head on the internet for everyone to hear. Ruined. My reputation's gone. Anyway, we have Lan for game 1. He's playing as the Celts, and then we have Indians. I wasn't expecting to see Indians for Twig. If you think back, he used Indians against Daniel, and that was a very close set for him. He used that on Bay, which was the final map. Could be a tough matchup for Indians. There's not a lot Indians can do once Celts get to siege and infantry. Then again, there's not a lot that many civilizations can do against Celts once they get to that point. Starting off with the maps, we have Lan here. Lan's main gold could be walled in, though it's a bit forward. And then his second and third gold are more to the left. As always on Hidden Cup, you are not going to have maps that absolutely GG you. You are going to have resources, so he has 2 wood lines close by. He has berries on the back, stone on the back. This is more than enough for players to start securing their bases. And then for Twig, Twig's main gold is here. Again, easy wall off for him if you'd like. The second and third gold will be a bit more complicated, especially against Celts, because Celts have such ridiculous push as the game goes on. So I think that Twig will have to be the aggressor. But, you know, again, multiple wood lines, back stone if he needs it. I am surprised to see Indians picked here. Indians can struggle, but what Indians will have is a little bit more mobility. So perhaps if Twig gets a strong early scout rush going, he can avoid the infantry that Lan will be making, or the archers that Lan will be making, which is the norm. I really wonder just how much pressure players at this level feel, because they're so close. If someone wins, if one of them wins this best of 5, they just have to win a best of 7 next, and they're into the Hidden Cup. And that's $100 guaranteed. So for the 16 players that make it into the Hidden Cup, they get $100 even if they lose every game in round 1 of the main event. So that's $100. Potential to win $3,000 if you win the whole event. I mean, there's got to be some nerves here. Well, hopefully, there's no slip-ups because of the nerves. And Lan's bringing in his second pick now, having already pushed in a deer. And I assume we're going to see scouts from Twig. It is 3 on wood for Lan. Normally you'd see 4 on wood if you're going men-at-arms, but Celts also chop wood faster. We'll see soon enough. Twig's walling up nice and early. This villager could be killed. What? Lan didn't kill it? That villager has no loom. Like, that was the reaction of a man who's playing a rated game. To see a villager and decide to be a nice guy and let it live, but this is a tournament. And he's, yeah, very, very polite. Okay. Well, maybe he didn't want to lose the HP on his scout. There's that factor. He could have easily lost the HP on his scout, and the villager could have maybe made it back to the TC. And then if that would have happened, it would have been bad. So instead, you know, he keeps the scout on full HP. Is getting his scouting info in, which he couldn't do if he had a weak scout, because Twig would kill him. And they're both on the way to feudal age at the exact same time. One player in Argentina, the other in Spain. Exact same build orders, I think. And it looks like scouts for Lan, so he'll go for scouts instead of the man-at-arms approach. Interesting. Identical times. And Twig is at home just pushing in his deer. So Indians, they have cheap villagers. So it's very easy for them to make a lot of scouts. All the while booming. They save a lot of resources. We saw that from Twig in Game 5 in his qualifier versus Daniel. He could save so much food and get to Imp faster even. Also, Indians, they get Bloodlines, which gives them additional HP on their camels and their scouts. It's a huge upgrade that Celts do not get. So I think that Lan will probably transition out of horse units into infantry and archer units. And oh, that was so close. Twig almost trapped the scout in there. That would have been quite a play. Lan is lucky to keep his scout alive. But what I'm getting at here, as both hit feudal age, is this will be easier for Indians, at least with their opening. There will need to be a transition for Lan. Both players have their scouts forward. And wait, is there no stable going up? There's no stable going up for Lan. Okay, so he's not going for scouts. He wants to play defensive with spears and wall his base up. Okay. Well, it's kind of a risky strategy. But if he does end up walling here, which he's working on, he even milled the bear. Sorry, not the berries, the deer. And if he gets the walls up, then scouts can't get in. Interesting, though. Like, I'm never a fan of players playing passively. I feel like some form of offense is needed. But for now, it's all defense for him. And that's the Celt bonus. Their economy, they chop wood faster than any other civ, which gives them farms faster, all forms of eco and buildings faster. Now, if you're Twig and you see this, then you just back up, you stay calm, you don't overcommit, and then you make an archer range. And with a few archers or skirmishers, you can kill the spears and maybe break your way through these walls. Yeah, Lan just has 2 tiles to hit. Oh, don't tell me. Look at this. Look, oh my god, it's a matter of a millisecond. The scouts will get in and kill a villager. Now that's competitive Age of Empires 2 for you right there, guys. I mean, the feudal age times were identical. And then Lan doesn't get that walled up for a second, and he loses a villager. And now Twig will pull all of these villagers back from his opponent. He'll kill a second villager. This is so good for Twig. So good. Lan figured he'd be fine. Now that's frustrating right there. That is frustrating. Just imagine, you just one single tile, you full walled your whole base, you have the spears, you want to send them forward, and then the scouts slide in and kill 2 villagers. Yeah, that's gonna bother you right there. That is gonna bother you for sure, and I heard Twig make that archer range, guys, so he's aware that his opponent is not making any offensive military, it's just defense. So he'll send a few skirmishers forward, and this is great for Twig. Untouched at home, he has more villagers working for him. Uh-oh. That was weird. Those scouts pathed awkwardly. Yeah, very nice situation for him. I don't know, I'm just not a fan. I mean, I've said it 4 times already, but I'm not a fan of no offensive military. This is kind of what he deserves. You've given your opponent the entire map. You can't be surprised when they press you and get some kills from it. Now, granted, if he would have got the wall up, he wouldn't have lost the vills, but he wouldn't have any map control whatsoever. This one scout is running around annoying Lan. There's 4 spearmen. This is like, I used to play this game called, I'm sure there's a bunch of games like it, but I used to play this game called Ragdoll Avalanche. There's a bunch of icicles like flying around the map, and you have to avoid them. That was like Spear Avoidance 5000. I don't know. You come up with a game. I don't know if you guys ever played that. If you never played it, you're probably like actually doing your schoolwork like I was supposed to be. But if you have played it, I'll let you know that I did get over 3,000 once. I was late to my math class because I stayed in the computer lab playing that game. Anyway, has nothing to do with Age of Empires. More walls from Lan. And Lan would like to click up to the next stage, just waiting for his blacksmith. I'm proud of that achievement. In fact, still to this day, I'm probably more proud that I hit 3,000 in Ragdoll Avalanche than I am that we hit 3,000 subs on Twitch. You try playing that. It's tough. Lands on the way to the next stage. He's making archers and skirms, but his opponent already has archers and skirms here. So thank goodness for him he's Celts, because he does have the faster castle time incoming. He does have that strong eco. But if you're in Twig's position, you've got to be feeling very good about this. He has time to wall up his base. He'll probably be right behind him to the next stage. Not the strongest start from Lan, but it seems to me like he's found a way to hold on. And maybe he'll be able to push back with a faster castle time. But certainly Twig, like Twig should know every move Lan is making with the amount of scouting he has. So I love how Lan's playing this at the moment. What he needs to know is I like how Twig is playing this at the moment. What Twig needs to know is where does Lan have his army? And there's no way that Lan can sneak out if he's here and here. So he's well aware of what's going on. He probably expects crossbow and or elite skirm. Probably expects a siege workshop because Celts have the faster firing siege.
10k viewers for my 17-month anniversary.
And now Lan is getting Bodkin Arrow for his skirms, for his archers, but just not pretty. It's not a pretty situation at all. Can he boom his way out of this, guys? Villagers are in harm's way. He built 2 mining camps here. It's really weird that he built this one. Like, it doesn't make much sense. Does not have the resources for elite skirm. That villager will die. Well, what? Yep, he's dead. This isn't looking good for Lan. I don't think the score tells the whole story. Twig is now on the castle age as well. And Twig is getting crossbow, bodkin arrow, and elite skirm. You can tell how much cleaner his eco is because he was able to research that immediately. Oh, and he sees the woodline. He also knows about this woodline. He could send crossbows to either side. That would be a great play. Twig is also forward with the siege workshop. So he's looking to pressure the Celt player with siege. And now there's a siege workshop for Lan, who gave up full map control with his decision in feudal age. He's paying the price for it now in castle age. Now Twig might have a suspicion. Might have this thought in the back of his mind. Like, okay, Lan might be sneaking around to kill me. I have to be careful. I think that's why he's keeping his army at home at the moment. If crossbows were to arrive here, for example, that would really hurt. So he's been a bit cautious, but I believe he's sending his crossbows to the left-hand side, which is exactly what I said. A second TC for Lan. He's just booming and defending. And Lan has 5 more villagers. It's crazy what Celts would do. Like, any other civ, you wouldn't be able to get away with this. But Celts, man, Celts are insane, and the micro from Twig is insane. He sends in his own mango here, he kills a villager, forces his opponent off of gold. He also split beautifully away on the hill. Oh, it's about to go down, guys. It is about to go down. Mangonel micro is needed. Skirmisher and crossbow micro is needed. Twig and Daniel showed us just how good, or how important Mangonel micro is. And Twig had amazing micro in that set. At this point, you probably can already tell who won. But definitely make sure you go back and watch that set. It was great. And there we go, Twig. He did receive a shot, but he killed the Mangonel, and now he can fight his way up this hill. This is good for Twig. There's another Mangonel on the left for Lan. It will have a hill advantage as well, but Twig splits. This is good. It's so risky, but it's great so far. The micro from both of them, so far it seems better for Twig. And that's going to be a 1-for-1. That leaves skirmishers and crossbows versus skirmishers and crossbows. But another Mangonel is here for Twig and Lan. You know, his Vil count looks good, guys. But this is not a great situation for him. It's so messy. He's lost 2 more villagers. His army's being chased. It's looking great for Twig. And Twig is now adding economy at home. So with the cheap Indian villagers, he'll probably catch up and maybe even gain a Vil lead. I saw Land build this stable not so long ago. That's something Twig hasn't seen yet. And Twig only has skirmishers, not a single camel here. So Twig will probably need to mix in some stables of his own. He's making the stables for camels. Good decision. Very good decision. I think Lan is just hunting down the Mangonels. Oh, wow. Okay, so Lan wants to TC this. And he should be able to get away with that. I feel like Twig could have sent a few units there earlier. As I said, 4 or 5 crossbows behind the wood line. Even now on the gold would deny the TC, but... He's finding it difficult to justify pushing forward again, I guess, because he's chasing Lan's army here. Lan has just done a full loop, and now I think he's running back to his hill. 59 villagers versus 53. What did I say? 80 population versus 79? I told you this set was going to be close, guys. One single Mangonel shot, one single engagement can swing this for either player. Yep, and now Lan, he sees the TC's up. So he's a bit late here. But this is what I wanted earlier. He's on the wood line. And here he's on the gold. And here he's forced to run back. What a game this is. This is such a good game. This is so close. So close. I am loving this. Incredible, man. Absolutely incredible. Just remember that Indians will struggle big time versus Imperial Age Celts. And Lan now has a 11 villager lead, somehow. So I think Twig almost needs to be more aggressive than defensive, than eco-focused, because if he's not aggressive, if he tries to just boom with Celts, he'll always be behind. And he does have quite a few camels, crossbows, and skirms. He's shifting his focus to the left-hand side. And he could flatten those villagers. And the TC. He attacks the town center first, and we need a reaction here, Lan. Yep, good reaction. Speaking of reactions, Twig will need a reaction to the army that Lan is sending out. This is the first time that Lan is actually going to Twig's base this game, feels like. Might be trapped in here, though, so that's a risky move. And, oh, wow, Lan is microing uphill. This is not easy. One solid shot for him will not kill his opponent's Mangonels because of the hill disadvantage. The TC is being repaired. Twig is getting chain barding. If he sends the camels in now, I think he kills the Mangonels and he can kill the TC. It's tough, though, because Lan did add pikemen. The crossbows are not doing much there. This hill is so important. Now, how's your micro now? All of these Mangonels have lost some HP. Lan kills one? No. He's gonna kill two? Close to it. So Lan is defending. Lan is defending, and Twig is now going to leave the hill. He's not convinced that he can push this. I think that was Twig's opportunity right there. He was 3 Mangonels versus 1. He had the camels. I think that could have been his opportunity, and I don't think he'll have a second chance to take this if Lan plays as he does. And wow, Lan gets 2 quick conversions. Now, he did lose all of his crossbows here, which is really bad, of course, but solid defense here, and now he's building a castle, and now it becomes trouble for Twig. Once Celts get their infantry rolling, once they become secure with their economy, it's so difficult for Indians. Indians would have to go with gunpowder in the next stage to counter Woad Raiders and Halbs. And then Celts have the siege to counter that. So, you know, 1 castle down, maybe 2 or 3 needed for Lan before he's fully secure. Twig, though, he shifts to the other side. And now Lan has to shift defensively. 120 population for Twig. He has about 12 more total population. He has 20 more military. But that could all disappear because a lot of it's in the form of the skirmishers and the crossbowmen. And again, good conversions from Lan. I criticize the opening for Lan, but it has worked out with his civilization. This style seems to be working for him, and he'll probably click to the Imperial Age soon. For now, he gets his gold back. He probably wants the next castle to go up on this hill. And good Mangonel micro from him. Again, if he castles this hill, there's not much that Twig will be able to do, guys. Yep, and Lan is on the way to the Imperial Age. Twig will be right behind him, though. Twig will be right behind him. Twig needs to somehow use his mobility. It's tough, but he gets fantastic hussars. I don't think you can justify going camels here. That's the thing, but you know, maybe raid the sides with hussars? Certainly for now, just delay Lan as much as you can. Here he can almost deny the castle. Like, all of this stuff is good. Delay, delay, delay. 96 fills for both. I'm loving this game. What did I say about this series? I told you it was going to be fantastic. I think all of the rounds 2 matchups are going to be fantastic. I think this castle's going up. It's just a matter of time. And Twig's crossbows and skirmishers probably will not get much more value. And oh, is he switching to cav archers? That takes a long time. And it's still tough if Celts get halberdier, but Twig is thinking cav archers. Twig realizes he can't wait for gunpowder, so he'd like to start off with cav archers. It's not an awful move. It's so tough once Celts get infantry and siege, but it's probably his best decision right now. Play this a bit like Huns now. Go cav archers and hussars and hope for the best. Cats will defend his gold. I also heard a monastery for him, so he might get the relic soon. There's a relic here, and a relic here you could snag. Lan already has 2 relics, and I think as we speak he's making his way out here to get his 3rd. And he's getting elite Woad Raider. Celts are just insane. Lan had 1 single army go to Twig's base in this game. It was the crossbows that died. And yet still, I'd say that he has the lead now. Lan is looking to scout. This is all high level stuff here. Saving the weak scout to scout the other areas of the map for the relics and the gold. Oh! See? Twig knows about that. Yeah, you're not going to get that one, Lan. These things are so important. And it just shows you players are thinking about the same things at the same times. Twig knows the gold is there and he knows the castle's here, so he figures he can loop around, and he would be correct. He can loop around. But a big fight is coming, guys. A big fight is coming. It's just a matter of time. As Twig is in the Imperial Age getting his cav archer upgrades. So this is good for Twig. He'll kill a few villagers. He'll delay Lan. Woad Raiders, though, are running through his base at the moment. Look how fast these things are. These things are insane. They barely even move their arms. They're like... I don't know how to describe that movement. But I'm pretty sure that's not the correct running form. We'll have to bring Usain Bolt onto the stream to discuss correct running form next week. But yeah, Woad Raiders are nuts. They are nuts. And they're faster than the cav archers. Not to mention you have the relics now and the extra golds to make them if you're in Lan's position. Whoa, over here though, Twig denied that TC. Look how many dead bodies are there. Okay. Well, excellent movement from Twig on the flanks with his ranged units. He went to the left-hand side, now he's running away. And he went to the right-hand side, now he's running away. Quality stuff. Yeah, power walking, yeah. That must be what it is. But again, Woad Raiders, they're not bad versus cav archers at all. They have 5 pierce armor, and they're fast. But I think that Twig was making this to give him time to get to the hand cannons, because had he not made anything, he would have got overrun. So it was all part of his plan. to give him something before the hand cannons arrived, and now the hand cannons are here. So hand cannons are very slow. So what Twig needs to do is he needs to have a big force, a force big enough that means that Lan has to address it, and Lan cannot raid. At the moment, that's not the case, though. Lan is raiding and using his speed. And always using his mangonels on the left, and he's destroying this army, protecting the gold. Still, I mean, despite that loss, this army is basically a dead army walking. It's just skirmishers and crossbows as Indians. Nothing special. The wolves, even, will kill this if they continue that corner. But look at the populations. Look at how they're playing this. Twig, he realizes the World Raiders are on the way in. He castles. And now he's pushing forward. And he has bombard cannons and trebuchets attacking the castle. What Lan really needs here is some siege ram. If you get rams in front of this, the rams can push the trebs and they can push the bombard cannons, and hand cannons don't do much damage versus rams at all. But it seems to me like Lan does not really have... He doesn't have the resources, but he might not have the time. Twig cannot give him that time that he needs. And Twig is defending at home with hand cannons and cav archers. This is not easy to do. And the pressure is on Lan at the moment. 175 population for Twig. 165 for Lan. Lan has 3 relics. And he has a lot of World Raiders. Is that enough, though, to save the castle? The castle drops. What? I thought the castle was going to die. The castle does not drop. Now it will drop. But will the World Raiders be able to push the bombard cannons back? It takes so long to create these hand cannons and bombard cannons, and they're so expensive. No, they can't do it. Lan was trying to buy himself a little bit of time, but he lost the castle anyway, and he has so many resources here. And now this castle's next, and with the cliff, Twig has an excellent choke point to sit in, so the World Raiders can never fully surround these units. What are we seeing? And look at this! Twig is raiding the extra gold with a Hussar and a World Raider that he converted, and he's going out there to collect that. Outstanding play from Twig. Lan probably can't believe what's happening at the moment. Indians beating Celts in the Imperial Age. It's so incredibly rare. At least in my opinion. Twig has played with a disadvantage with the civs. Ooh, that's a nice Mangonel shot from Lan. But Twig's just playing better. Still, you can't count Celts out, though. Celts are still pretty insane once they get enough siege rams. Oh, and here's an example. This is what siege ram can do. There's just 5 siege rams just passing their way in here. But what are they killing at this point, right? What are they defending at this point? 2 castles have already gone down for Lan. He only has 1 castle. I mean, sure, the rams are going to kill a bunch of his buildings, but that's about it. Unless Twig throws his bombard cannons away. Oh my goodness, the World Raiders come out of the rams. The bombard cannons are out of position. 3 out of the 4 go down. 4 are going to go down. The rams are still tanking shots. But it's 190 population versus 145. And I think all that Twig needs is a few Hussars to clean up the rams. He's adding the Hussars. He'll add more stables as a response. Guys, Twig is doing it. Twig is doing it. It was so bad that he lost the bombard cannons, because he does not have a lot of gold remaining, but he can continue this push, and the relics are right there. Pretty insane how Twig has played this. Lan might be kicking himself for not trying to take any map control earlier on in the game. He's just finished the Onager research, so he will have Onager and World Raiders. But that is him praying, basically, that he can get a shot or 2. It is quite a risky move to rely on Onagers when Hussars are around. But Twig is having gold problems. If he loses his hand cannons, he's not going to be able to make many more, and there's a big shot! So Lan needs more of those engagements. I also think that Twig, if he can afford to do it, he should raid on the left. I see a stable there, he should raid. There's also a monastery there where Lan has his 4th relic. So he has 4 out of the 5 relics. At least until this monastery gets shot down. Great job from Twig to sacrifice Hussar after the Onagers. Uh-oh. Micro, my friend. Micro! Onager! That's a big shot. Could be another one. That's another big shot and another one. Suddenly, the populations are a bit more even. I can't get over this game. The Onager survives. It's 180 population for both. I told you this series wasn't overhyped. I told you they'd be so close. Look at this. And now Onager's from the left from Lan. And Lan is suddenly back in the game. He's building another monastery to get his relics back. He has pikemen, woad raiders, and Onager. And Twig is back. He's pulled back. He's like, oh geez, what do? I can't push this. And now he's building a castle on the left-hand side and sending in hand cannons and raiding with the Hussars. So he's repositioning here, guys. Like, it's a great move to do. I think that this was getting a bit too risky. This is a crazy game. Now, if you look at the mini-map, virtually everything is scouted for both players. Except this right-hand corner. So there's actually a gold there. And Lan with a Cav Archer he converted is running around. So maybe he'll get lucky and scout it. But I think this has shifted to Lan pushing here, maybe, and defending here. And unless he feels like this is too difficult to deal with half an army. And oh my god. Oh my god, he's sending everything. And there's a forward castle from Twig. Are you kidding me? Twig, you have to cancel that one, dude. You'll lose the stone if you don't delete this. Wait, the Hussars are coming in! The Hussars are coming in! The winged Hussars arrive! I don't know if they'll kill all the Onagers, though. There's a lot of pointy boys in there. I mean, the castle will be halfway dead. But by the time it's up, it'll be dead. And the hand cannons are getting hit from the Onager. Yeah, that castle was a bit much. I don't even think it'll fully complete. Ugh. No, it will not fully complete. And Lan takes the population lead. Crazy how stubborn Lan has been. Again, he has the relics. He has that one Cav Archer there raiding. And now it's looking tough for Twig. This is where I begin to feel a bit bad for a player in Twig's position. He's done so well. But Lan has just not gone away. He will not die. And with Siege Rams, Onagers, and Halbs, I think Lan will push this castle back, and he'll just turn this game around and push Twig. Twig is running out of options. He's running out of gold. And Lan has the relics, and he has the best options. Twig will try and utilize his speed, try and raid with the Hussars, but everywhere you look, there's pointy boys or there's woad raiders. There's something to kill the Hussars. And I don't know where these vills are going. Oh, they want to build stables. Lan is hoping to raid, I guess. And he won't be able to do so just yet. Ridiculous game. Every time I look at the population, it's dead even. 186 a second ago. Now it's 187, 180. Yeah, look, 189, 189. This is such a sick series. This is such a sick series. This has to go to 5 games with how these players are playing it. I feel like it has to go to 5 games. One big difference right now is that Lan has 140 vills. So he has a lot more villagers, and he also has the Celt eco, but he also has more idols. He has 50 idols because the raids that Twig has just started going for. So it's hard for me to say whose economy is better because Twig's economy is certainly less idled. His villagers are all working, whereas Lan has 30 to 40 idols at all times. So Lan definitely needs to sort that out. And then he needs to take this hill back. Like Twig is just raiding from all different sides at the moment. And if that's how he's going to win this game. He's not going to win this game fighting the main army of Lan. He needs to hit from the sides. Hand cannons on the hill, and then I'm thinking Rams, Hussars, hand cannons in the corners here. Look, imagine if he killed these villagers. That would be a huge deal. Still, the population's close. The game is anyone's to win at this point. There's still that gold in the corner. I guess they're never going to scout that because they feel like they've scouted everything at this point. Yeah, good micro from Twig to get away from the Onager. And he's starting to get in on the left, guys. Twig is taking a decent population lead now. It's 90 military versus 60. Oh, if he could just get some Hussars here, it'd be beautiful. Just imagine Hussars there. It'd be incredible. I'm a bit speechless at the moment. I really am. This game is everything that I expected. This game is a sign of things to come in this best of 5. Obviously, only one player will be able to advance after this best of 5 to, there's essentially one of the finals to see who gets into Hidden Cup. But you know, when you see games this good from players who weren't even good enough to make the top 14 to get a spot, you know that the whole event is going to be fantastic. Lan is taking this hill, guys. Halberdiers, Onagers, and Rams. Very slow, but effective composition. And now Lan has 75 military versus 60 of Twig. This is another situation where I feel like Twig is losing some control over the game, and he can't do that. Because if it's one big battle to determine who wins the game, Celts are always going to win. Indians need to use their speed here. They need to have control on the flanks. If they lose that, Celts are generally going to win it. And remember, Lan has the relics. In fact, there's been one monastery here. Twig didn't kill this monastery and had an opportunity to. So Lan has 4 relics to make the siege, to make the woads, to make whatever he might want. And he's also making a castle on that hill again. And that castle is going up. Twig does not have the bombard cannons. He doesn't have any form of siege, really. He doesn't have the gold to spare, so that castle is going to stay up for the foreseeable future. Ridiculous game, man. Also, Twig didn't get this relic. I kind of forgot about this thing. It was sitting in his walls earlier. I mean, that would have given him 1,000 gold. It's kind of a mistake if you ask me. I like how he's pushing here, though, and he's finally researching capped ram, so he realizes he needs some siege. I like that. Yeah, he needs this. More of this. Raids on the sides. Now, a lot of this eco is secured behind castles, but maybe you could send in Hussars here. It's just so tough to justify sending population away from the area that is near the Halberdiers, Onagers, and Rams, because you need defense as well. This is an incredible game. Like, I normally would want to upload my qualifiers as a whole set, but I feel like this game has been so sick, it has to be its own video. This game needs to be remembered beyond one set of games. This is incredible. The score is even, the KD is even. The game has just been perfect. This is setting the bar so high for the main event. These qualifiers have been awesome. 1 hour and 10 minutes in. 60% of the map belongs to Twig, but he could lose that in the blink of an eye to Celt Siege and Infantry. I've been saying that for a while, but Twig continues to kill the siege when he sees it. The guy is playing out of his mind at the moment. With 1 capped ram, he can kill this TC, and that TC is about 20 villagers. Lan has 40 idols. Lan does not have a lot of food. He does not have a lot of wood. I think the guy is struggling economically at the moment. Lan just lost most of his Halberdiers and his Onagers here. Is this the moment? Or can Lan stabilize? Guys, all of his TCs are adding more villagers. Every single one. He's trying desperately to reboom. The Hussars are making it to the back corner. This will kill some villagers. These villagers are all idled. They're just gonna die. And Lan just can't find a position to push. Now, at the same time, he has some World Raiders on the farms and Twig's base. That could get out of hand before you know it. Lan was also hoping to raid with Light Cav in this corner. And Twig has spotted that. And Twig does know the gold is there as well. The gold is huge. If he sees the gold and takes that, that means more siege for him potentially. More hand cannons for him potentially. Where are the hand cannons, by the way? Yep, they're kind of split up here. This is a risky game to play with the onagers around. But the winged hussars arrive again. And they'll kill more onagers. Man, Twig is playing so good. Twig is playing so good. Remember, he hasn't had a single relic. I mean, that's just shows you how good he's played, because he's winning without the relic. That's bad that he doesn't have them. It's bad that he's not killing the monastery, but to do this well without the relics is impressive. Constant production everywhere. He is going to take the gold now. He will kill the stable so it can't raid him. He will deal with the World Raiders. Ridiculous game. Does it bother you guys when I say that Indians have the winged hussars? Lan is losing more and more of the map. He's losing his buildings. He has gold. I'm just cycling through his buildings to see if he's producing. He does not have a lot of wood, and he does not have a lot of food. And he does not have an answer to the raids. Actually, a lot of his wood, where's he going to get wood? If he can't get it in this corner, he has to get it forward here or over here. All of that is raidable. Look at this scouting for Twig. Look at this scouting for Lan. The amount that they see on this map is incredible. The amount they're doing in this game is incredible. But I'd say Twig has had not a commanding lead, but he's had a lead over the last 10 to 20 minutes of this game, for sure. Look, this gold has 11 gold left on it. Well, that is just how laughable the situation is for Lan when it comes to gold. No, I'm kidding. His gold situation's actually fine. It's just that 11 is the laughing taunt, so I needed to make that joke. Because how often am I going to have that opportunity? What are the chances of that? Actually, his gold is laughable. He only has 500. He doesn't have any wood. He doesn't have any food. He's at 160 pop. He's defending everywhere. It feels like it's just a matter of time. Twig needs to kill this freaking monastery and build his own and take that relic. For the love of God, man. You have a monastery. Maybe he doesn't see it, you know? Maybe they'll have to fire that architect who built the houses there. But as far as I can see, Twig is well aware of where Lan is getting resources. He sees everything. He knows where to pressure, and he is just suffocating the guy. And Twig is playing out of his mind. I said this series would be close. I said in awful fashion at the start of this game that I flipped a coin to say who I thought would win this one because it's impossible to predict. But I think Twig is closer than he's ever been to a victory in this game. There's a 50 population lead. Oh, that hurt. He's just all over Lan at the moment. If Lan didn't have the relics, he would resign, for sure. The only reason he's continuing is because he has the relics. This monastery's still alive. I guess it will slowly die. This monastery has 3 of them. But Lan, look where he's building a lumber camp. There's not enough trees to go around here. It's like anti-forest nothing. That's what you get for saying you don't like forest nothing on my stream. Nah, he never said that, but seriously, like, he wishes he was playing forest nothing. Now he can't get wood anywhere. Oh, that onager shot though. Okay, so Twig has slipped up. He didn't have hussars on those onagers. I also saw him research Man-at-Arms. Did you guys see that? Is he considering going champion now? Might be considering going champion. I swear, this is bothering me so much, though. He can get this relic. No monastery. Is he even making a monk? Oh, he is making a monk to get that one. Okay. Alright, I'll take it. I will take it. Small pointy boy raid from Twig. The guy is... How many farms does he have? He has 50 farmers. I feel like he's running low on resources right now. I guess all of his stables are... Well, no, actually. All of his stables are not producing. His ranges are. He's making a lot of skirms. Weak economies for both now, I guess. And what Twig was really able to push with were the hand cannons, and they're gone. Come on, Twig. Like, I'm normally not biased, okay? And I was not biased going into this, but I've been so impressed with him. I really think that he deserves to close this game out. Like, dude, just focus on the right. Try and get enough units. Focus on the right. Focus on that wood line. And keep land from getting more space on the left. Like, look at the monk go. Look at that guy with the power of God. He's just passing here. No. He's gonna get it! He's gonna get the relic, isn't he? How did that happen? Oh, you better click him back. I'm not sure he'll make it back. I think the pointy boy might see him. Lan has 115 pop because the hussars are in on his farms. He's soon out of wood. The only other area for wood is here. And he calls it. Lan calls it. Twig wins. He wins with Indians against Celts. What a game. 880 kills for him. He didn't have a relic at all that game. He didn't have a single relic. What a freaking game. That was an amazing result. Twig has got to be filled with confidence going into game 2. Whew, man.
Hello, 7 months.
Let's go. That was epic, man. That was epic. Let's look at the achievements. We already saw the kills. Look at the largest armies for both players. Crazy. Economically speaking, Twig, he didn't have as much gold as Lan, and as the game continued to go on, he wouldn't have as much gold because Lan got the relics. But Twig doesn't need any relics. He just needed to raid, and I loved how he played that. He read the game perfectly. He knew that if it was 80 military versus 80 military in one spot on the map, that Celts would destroy. So he hit the right, he hit the left, and Lan was going back and forth trying to chase with slower units. Now, I don't know how I'm going to upload that to YouTube. This might still be in a best of 5 set, or might be an individual video, but regardless, if you are seeing this in individual video, this is a best of 5 in round 2 of the Hidden Cup 2 qualifiers, and the future games will probably be linked in the video description, if not on YouTube in the Hidden Cup 2 playlist. Crazy. Now, honestly, guys, Indians should not have much of a chance in that matchup, but Lan gave up too much map control. I feel like he gave up too much map control. He gave up map control to the more mobile Civ. He almost got away with it, but Twig, he took the map and he pushed home the victory. 5,000 relic gold for Lan. 5,000 relic gold. Wow, that's a lot.